Alright, what we have here is an area in my yard that's kind of barren, but I recently found out that water is available here by gravity. So there's some what people would call weeds around, and rather than disturb all the weeds yesterday, we came in and just started to plant in the bare spots in between them. And this morning there was a pleasant surprise when we walked outside and started to look. All of these quote-unquote weeds had bloomed these really pretty violet blossoms all over them, right? Well, what did we see on them? But honeybees. A rare sight in this part anymore. I don't know if you guys have them where you live. Let me see if I can find them working these flowers. They're just coming through this morning and working these flowers. Here's one over here. He's just working every single flower he comes to, and you can imagine in this yard there are thousands of these purple flowers. And this bug is now covered with pollen. I don't know if you can see, but he's got pollen all over his legs. What is that on his legs? This little guy is a busy pollinator this morning. Oh, we'll have to move over here, and there's more of them. So in essence, the lesson here is that our plants that we planted right here, you can see amidst all of these other flowering plants, here's our plants. These plants are going to grow fine. We're going to mulch around them, and they're going to grow to where they take over this area. We have several planted, some blueberries back there. We're not going to take out any grass or weeds, quote unquote, in between them. What we are going to do is to nurture the plants we want and to let the rest of these plants have their place and their role in the yard, attracting animals, attracting insects that are beneficial to the whole garden. There's the more conventional garden in the back with the little chicken house. Got raised beds lined with stone, raised beds with wood, raised beds with sunk paths with nothing lining them. But we're going to fill up this whole side here, all the way to that fence line and back. And we're going to let some stuff stay here, or we're going to let most of it stay here like this. But in some places they have to start this from seed. Here we have plenty of it just growing in the yard, yarrow. You can use that for all kinds of different stuff, and especially beneficial if you cut yourself in the garden. There's another one. And mixed in the yard, you'll find all kinds of plants that are beneficial, like dandelions, clover, plantain, all what most people would consider weeds. But to me, a weed is just a plant that we don't understand their use for. Once you understand what they're beneficial for, you no longer consider it a unwanted plant. What did you say?
I got a cut as soon as it stops bleeding.
Well, what you would want to do is macerate it by taking the yarrow and pinching it and breaking it up and getting some saliva in your hand and make a nice little, like a kind of liquid solution in it, to get your little spit on there and put it in your hand and do it like this. There you go. Macerate it real well. And then you would take that and put it on the wound, and it will act to stop the bleeding. Alright, let's do some planting.